Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Jacob of Paradox Multimedia, and today we're going to be continuing a brand new series called Paradox Music Critiques. Last time we reviewed my friend Blue Laze's first EP, Paralyze, and today we're going to be continuing with his Shocks EP. We're going to get right into it, but first I just want to remind you guys once again that I am very close to 200 subscribers, so if you could please subscribe and get me to that milestone, that'd be awesome. That being said, let's get into this. So, this song, Dark, has a very distinct dubstep techno vibe. It's a very natural feeling progression. It starts out with a really nice flow, but it quickly adds these really weird guitar and piano hits. There's also some very sudden build-ups that lead to a strange kind of synth with some different drums. Not as strange or jarring as the build-ups in Paralyze, but it doesn't really go into a drop, which is confusing. There's also a point like halfway through the song where it freezes for 2 whole seconds and then continues like nothing happens. I have no idea if this was a result of the song being exported improperly or a rendering issue with the music video, due to the fact I had to download it from YouTube and was not provided the song from Blue Laze. There's also a bit of a chorus which feels really long and a missed opportunity to build up as it went along. It's just really repetitive. Also, when it transitions back from a drop, it literally just cuts everything, and then a second later, all the instruments come back in. There's also a weird dip where, like I said, everything comes back in, but like it slowly builds back up instead of just like going back in full force. Normally this would work for some songs, but the way they do it here just doesn't work. The song is a pretty good vibe, and it definitely feels like he was heading in the right direction, but got lost in the way. I suppose you could say he was left in the dark. So right off the bat, this song starts out with very warm, with a kind of nostalgic feeling. That is soon ruined by a harsher synth that comes in and kind of ruins the vibe. I wonder if it would have worked maybe if it were more subtle. The first build-up works very well for the song, but the drop does not. It's actually really disappointing because the song has such a nice flow to it, and then when it hits the drop, it's just all over the place. Thankfully, it's short-lived, but it just comes right back into the same thing again. There's another build-up shortly after that that's just really oddly placed, and the drop is even worse with this weird knocking sound to it. And then it cuts back into another drop. There's a lot of drops in this song, and they're all either annoying, boring, or both. None of them share that warm feeling from the beginning. There's also a tempo shift in the fourth drop. Not once, but twice. And before I knew it, the song was over, and I felt relieved. The structure is all over the place for the song, and the first 18 seconds are the only really enjoyable part of this song for me. I wish he had gone with the same vibe as the opening bit and run with it. It would have made for a much better song for sure. This one had me pretty shocked. This song, Freaking Out, the drums start out a little jazzy and opens into a very quirky kind of vibe. There's a build-up shortly after it begins, and it is all over the place. It feels like you're at a bad rave, and then before you know it, there's another drop. The second drop feels much better. It's got a very dubstep techno vibe similar to Dark, which is exactly what I think would have helped it. There's a really interesting vox that I like, and there's a third riser build-up that goes nowhere and adds in a new pluck synth for some reason. And then there's the fourth and final build-up, which leads to a completely different drop. It's just one build up after another. The song keeps building and building and building, but like it doesn't really go anywhere with it. Songs need to flow and have ups and downs, and this just keeps going up. There's a lot of good parts to it, but they don't all work together as a song, in my opinion. The structure could have been much better on this one. It definitely didn't need to use so many build-ups. The song kind of felt like it was going in circles with no rest, going around and round, building higher and higher, but never going anywhere. The title of this is accurate, because the song definitely feels like it's freaking out. This song is titled This Is Power. It has a very interesting kind of club vibe to it. It throws in some random vocal shots from time to time, and there's a really weird sound, like a fire extinguisher or something. It jumps around a bit, kind of like a DJ who can't decide what to play. As it continues on, it sounds a little like a video game hub theme, the way it repeats. It loops in the middle and ends in a way that seems very video game-esque, just like that kind of fading in and out. In the end, it works good as like background music, but maybe not something you'd listen to on the regular. Ironically, as good as this song is, it's not very powerful. So right off the bat, not a huge fan of the guitar, but as it goes on, it kind of grows on you. It feels a bit like a country Christmas song, or Christmas country song. I'm not sure which is right there. Strangely nostalgic kind of feeling to it. I could see this being on the soundtrack of a Hallmark movie, if that makes any sense. Not a whole lot I can really say about it. Just kind of a wholesome song, and I'm surprised looking back at this that this was made by Blue Future Bass and Hybrid Trap Laze. Well, that was different than I was expecting. Having listened to these in the past, I expected Shocks to be better than Paralyze, but it seems I was a little blinded by nostalgia, because some of these were definitely not as good as I remember them being. This one scores a bit lower than Paralyze, but not by much. These are both very early works of Blue Laze, and of course aren't representative of his current music or ability, so that's the end of this critique. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments if you liked this format a little better. I made things a little shorter by just explaining my thoughts instead of criticizing the songs as they played. I think that works a little bit better, allows for a lot more room for editing and stuff, and it doesn't have to be almost half an hour long for 5 or 6 songs. But if you like the other way better, where I explain my thoughts as the songs play out, let me know that as well in the comments so I can know for the next video. Of course, check out Blue Laze. He just dropped a new single, Tides, and has been dropping some other new music lately. Also, check out my other stuff. I also recently released a song called Wizard of Groove. I think it's a pretty cool kind of house song. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day night whenever you see this. I will see you in the next video. Bye.